Hey, how about you, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Live Recruiting Show, our second of the week. My name is Jeffrey Lee, Senior Recruiting Editor for Auburn Live on 3. Today is December the 7th, 2023, but you're listening to it on December the 8th, 2023. Keep that in mind, but we're going to talk as though it's Friday, December the 8th on here. We're going to try to, Ben, but you understand if we mess up. Anyways, got a lot to talk about today. Big weekend coming up for Auburn. Big visits have happened. Big visits are going to happen. Here to talk to me and to you about it all, Mr. Jhead, Mr. Cole Pinkston. How about you, fellas?
How about you, big?
All right. Listen, already the transfer portal is open, has been open all week. Auburn's throwing offers out there, lots of them. We're trying to keep track of it at Auburn Live on 3. Real quick for Auburn, all you listeners who haven't subscribed to Auburn Live on 3, don't forget about the YouTube special. Remember, keep it between us. Go to Auburn Live on 3. Type in promo code AU1, capital A, capital U, the numeral 1. 2 months for $1. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna try to get on 3 to turn that off. But you can get a hold of it right now. YouTube folks. We already had a bunch of guys sign up. We certainly appreciate them. And we've been trying our best to make sure they get their money's worth, which is about 1.5 cents a day. Might even be not that. My math sucks. Anyways, all right. Before we get to all of that, man, I got HelloFresh, big dogs. HelloFresh is back. Love HelloFresh. Y'all know if you've been listening to the show, we're big fans of HelloFresh. Love not having to go to the grocery store, pick out all these different items, and it enables you to have nice. I cook like spaghetti. You know what I mean? Like taco salad. But you want like a good meal with all kind of ingredients and stuff. HelloFresh, dude, knock it on your door, delivers it. If you're not familiar with HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. You don't have to go to the grocery store. You don't have to count, what you need. Even to like a tablespoon of salt, it's included, dude. Everything's included. So say hello to a stressless holiday season with the help of HelloFresh, man. Skip the grocery store and save time with easy, tasty recipes delivered to your door. It's the season for giving and gathering with HelloFresh. It can also be the season of saving. Actually, save money this month with fresh recipes delivered cheaper than takeout. I'm telling you. And with pre-portioned ingredients, you'll never waste money on excess food, which I throw a lot of food away. Listen, Cole's a big fan. Jhead's a big fan. We all use it. HelloFresh. A couple of my favorites, the Tex-Mex beef taco pies. The kids love this stuff too, man. And the family chicken sausage pizza fondue. Fantastic stuff, man, and it feeds a lot. I mean, you get it portioned to what you need. You can tell them how many people you got, how many kids you got, what you like. You can order all that. And right now, you can go to HelloFresh.com/AuburnLiveFree and use the code AuburnLiveFree. That's a one word, all lowercase. And you get free breakfast for life. All right. One breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life. Go to HelloFresh.com/AuburnLiveFree. Use that promo code AuburnLiveFree, all one word, all lowercase, for free breakfast for life. You won't be disappointed, folks. I'm telling you. I was very impressed. I was a little iffy at first.
Listen,
like, but man, I'm telling you what now.
I think my favorite thing about HelloFresh is that me and my wife have been on and off of it. There's no contractual agreement. If you don't want it one week, tell them you don't want it. You want it next week. And when we don't have it, I learned a lot of cooking tips from this thing. I really did, like how to saute things, how to properly season things, how to make a crust on chicken, stuff like that.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's the kind of stuff you learn with it.
It even sends you, it's got all the ingredients here and how much you need, and they send it all to you. Dude, even down to the hot sauce. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, HelloFresh. Appreciate y'all supporting the show. We really love it, and I hope you continue. All right. So let's talk about what has occurred since our last show, which was Monday night, and that is Matthew Bedford, the big, massive offensive lineman from Indiana, came down for an official visit on Wednesday and Thursday. KJ Bolden came in. I think we talked about him Monday night. Hugh Freeze went to see KJ Bolden. Hugh Freeze and Zach Etheridge both went to see him. Jeremy Garrett went to see LJ McCrae. a lot of in-home visits being happening with assistant coaches mostly right now. But the big one this week was Hugh Freeze going to see KJ Bolden, Matthew Bedford coming down. Let's talk about Matthew Bedford real quick. Cole, you talked to him. I saw him as you were finishing up your interview. This dude is big, large.
Yeah, he is. He does not give the appearance of an interior offensive lineman to me. He looks like a tackle because he's
an NFL tackle.
Yeah. I mean, he does. He's cut up a little bit. He's not overweight. He looks like he's been with a trainer or something here recently. He looks like he's ready to go. I mean, off the hoof, that's what you want them to look like. He tells us Auburn looking at me for both tackle and guard. So that was interesting. I found, I thought personally that Dylan Wade played pretty well at left tackle this season for Auburn. But does he have more value as an inside guy? Maybe. I mean, he's built more for that. So they're probably looking for somebody to put at that tackle spot. I would not be shocked at all by that. That seems to be an idea.
So Dylan could move down to be a more natural. He's probably an NFL guard, right? He's not an NFL tackle.
So listen, with the offense that they were trying to run, he was perfect at tackle. Okay. But they're going to try to open up this passing game a little bit. They need to make sure they have really good pass protectors at both tackles. Miller too on the other side. They got to make sure everybody's good at pass protection if they're going to do that. So they're going to do some swapping around probably when it comes to offensive line and their positions. Matthew Bedford's a guy that they think can do both, and that's why his value is really high for Auburn. Okay, now Darren Hiller, who maybe a lot of folks don't know him. He's an analyst, offensive analyst. He was the offensive line coach at Indiana. Okay, that's the connection. And according to Matt Bedford, he says that is a huge deal. This may be the deciding factor. I think Auburn probably has a really good shot with Matt Bedford. He's going to go to Colorado next weekend, take that visit. After that, he says he's going to sit down with his family at Christmas time for the holidays, then come out with a decision not too long after that.
And he's a one-year guy.
Yes, one-year guy.
And I think Dylan's got 1 year left.
That's correct.
Okay. Man, boy, that would sure up some offensive line holes.
Yeah, well, anytime that you get a guy with versatility, Jeffrey, and he does, then you can kind of plug and play as you see fit. Think about Gunner last year. Came in, he was projected to be a right tackle, slid inside, and was he first team All-SEC, second team All-SEC this past season?
Yep.
So I see Bedford very similarly in that you could put him in a multitude of spots. And remember, you also lost Cam Stutz, so you've got two guard spots that are open. Potentially you play Bedford at tackle. Maybe you play him at right guard. Who truly knows? But he's got double-digit starting experience. I think he's 20-plus games of starting experience in the 10.
In his words, 40-plus games.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if he started all those games, but he says he played in 40-plus.
Okay. If you're Auburn and you're Hugh Freeze and you're thinking, okay, I've got a senior quarterback, I want to put veteran pieces around him. What better than a guy that has been coached by Darren Hiller, who's on your staff? Hugh Freeze has a lot of familiarity with. For those that don't know, Darren Hiller was Hugh Freeze's offensive line coach at Arkansas State. We went their separate ways and now have come back together here. But a lot of trust in Darren Hiller from an evaluation and a coaching and teaching standpoint. And if he's impacted Matthew Bedford the way it seems that he has, that's going to be huge. And then the familiarity potentially with how he could fit into a Hugh Freeze offense.
So Bedford came in. This weekend is going to be big for transfer offensive line in general. The official visitors we've confirmed this weekend. One, Scott.
Yes.
I've been saying that the whole show. I was like, definitely not going to say. I mean, pregame, I was saying this, and I was like, I'll definitely make sure I don't say Jerquan Squat. Jerquan Scott.
Yes.
The big offensive lineman from Southern Miss is coming in. Seth Wilfred, the JUCO offensive tackle who's coming. He's got 3 years to play. He's coming in. Another defensive lineman, Derek Harmon from Michigan State, is coming in for an official visit. Robert Lewis, the Georgia State wide receiver, is coming in for an official visit. And we think there might be one more offensive lineman added to this list before it's all said and done. No names for you. We just think, Jhead, it might be a possibility.
I think there's a distinct possibility there's another offensive lineman. As you said, don't have a name for that right now, but just guys, as Cole would say, keep your head on a swivel there.
Keep your head on the swivel. And I hope folks have been doing that all. And man, this week has been crazy. So you got Derek Harmon, the Michigan State D tackle, coming in. Jerquan Scott coming in. Robert Lewis coming in. Seth Wilford coming in. So 4 official visitors, all big. But I tell you what, the biggest visitor of the weekend might be, and it probably is, an unofficial visitor in Mr. 5-star stud defensive lineman, LJ McCrae.
Yes, sir.
He's coming in, folks. He's coming in. We
Now,
can say that. We can say it now.
Yes, we can put it out there into the atmosphere, right?
Yeah, LJ McCrae is the one that told reporters he would be in Auburn. So
right, told our very own Chad Simmons after the state championship game that he would be visiting Florida State.
Man, I tell you what,
yeah,
the Florida commitment, it's almost like Cam Coleman with A&M. I don't know where he's going to go, but I don't think it's going to be A&M. Are you there yet? I don't know if I'm there yet, but man, it sure is looking bad for Florida.
So right now, it does not look good for Florida in any part of player acquisition / retention.
Right.
Like it seems to be that things are getting turned upside down over there. And who knows, maybe they can then rally here. Look, recruiting is weird. Things happen all the time. And they can hold on to LJ. But I tend to believe what you're saying, Jeffrey, in that. And this was my information. When I said, hey, I think we're making a move with LJ 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And then the buzz kind of went away. Well, now it's back. And obviously he's going to be visiting. But I'm with you in that it feels like it's more going to be, is it going to be Florida State or is it going to be Auburn? It's not going to be Florida. That's kind of my feel right now. I don't want to say that just yet because strange happened that Florida could get back in this.
So I was thinking about how I wanted to say this on the show tonight. There's a roller coaster effect going on with the top guys that Auburn is pursuing out there. AJ Bolden, LJ McCrae, even Jeremiah Beeman. We were hearing, hey, it sounds like Auburn, and now they're not.
Yep.
Okay, that's how news works this time of year because it's really, really hard to get the truth out of a situation right now, and a lot of it is purposeful. They want you to be all over the place with it. Okay. Whereas you might look in the news and see that Auburn's slipping with somebody. This Auburn staff does not subscribe to that. They don't see themselves as slipping with somebody. They go, oh, well, all right. It's just another day. We're going to continue doing what we're doing here. So just keep that in mind. I mean, you might hear that a guy's falling down on confidence level. It's going to happen. We still got 13, 12 days until signing day, which is an eternity in recruiting. So that's why I say keep your head on a swivel because you just don't know, man. You don't know when something's going to pop up. You don't know when one of these guys is going to show up at Auburn. I mean, we're on the nitty gritty now, man.
Hey, listen, somebody equally as important going to be here this weekend because LJ McCrae is.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Florida flip to Auburn commitment, Jamonte Waller.
Yes, sir.
Coming in for an unofficial visit. He's been committed with LJ at Florida. Jamonte flips to Auburn. Here comes LJ to visit Auburn. Here comes Jamonte to come over here and get in his ear and stay in his ear while he's here. Dude, that's huge.
It is. You think about the Cam Coleman coming in.
Absolutely.
Now another stroke of doing the same thing where you've got a peer recruiter that you're friends with that's going to be on you the entire visit. And when I say on you, I mean they're going to have a good time, right? It's not going to constantly be like when you come into Auburn. Nobody wants to put up with that. But to have somebody that you're friends with, that you're familiar with, that you're comfortable with, and they're here going through that visit with you, it makes a difference, man. It always does.
That's right. They're not going to – Jamonte's not going to sit there and say, when let's go ahead, let's get it. He's not going to talk about it probably. They're just going to hang out. They're just there to hang out. And let me tell you what I've learned. Let me tell you what I learned about Jamonte Waller. He don't like losing. All right. So while he's not going to sit there and annoy LJ McCrae with it.
Right.
that's not the point, and he's not. Nobody was going to do that. That's not how. Although fans would love for recruits to be that way, they're not. Okay, they know that at the end of the day, each guy's going to make the decision that's best for them, and that's okay. But having him there, I'm gonna tell you, that is a really big deal. It is, because he's got a presence about him that says, I don't like losing. And other recruits feel it.
There you go. And guys, and then we need to get into questions, but remember, and this is the reason why we're doing 2 shows a week now. Information is subjective to who you get it from, as my good friend Jay Tate once said. Okay, so this information will change 5 times over, as Cole said, before we get to National Signing Day. Bear with us. It's why we've increased volume here, because we want to make sure you get everything as we get it.
Yep. Well, let's get right to what people want to know. All right, let's get right to it. We're going to take questions from the corner Auburn Live message board. Again, go to Auburn Live on 3, 2 months for $1. Use that promo code AU1. Danny Pitts wants to know, what are our chances of flipping both of the big 5 stars before early signing day? You know what, Danny? I'm going to come out with a board. I'm going to put my percentages on there of all these guys.
I think a good name for it would be the hot board.
I'm coming in hot. You know what I mean? No, Danny, I'm just messing with Danny. But let me see. I think I have KJ at 45, and obviously I'm going to bump LJ up to at least 45. At least. Those are the 2 5-stars he's talking about, right?
I would assume as such, unless he's referring to Ryan Williams, who hasn't reclassified just yet. So let's assume he's talking about KJ and LJ.
I think that's about right. I think LJ might make it to 50 if I can talk to him before he leaves, and just to see what his demeanor is, and kind of just get a feel, and talk about some people behind the scenes about what they're hearing. So Danny, I hear you, big dog, but I would probably have them at 45 each right now, but ask me again in 48 hours and we'll see what happens. Bow Tiger 4, new Alvin prediction. I see, man. I just realized today I hadn't put in a prediction, and so I went in there and threw one in there because Cole posted it today. Like, we think something can happen, and I was like, I made a prediction, didn't I? I had. Yeah. So I put in a prediction. So there was that was what that was, Bow Tiger. No new intel.
No,
other than we were told a month ago that around this time, first 2 weeks of December, Alvin could make a commitment. So I would say we're not on high alert, but we're definitely keeping an eye out, keeping our head on a swivel. Wouldn't you say, Cole?
Keep your head on a swivel.
There you go. Now, when I was in Elba, the buzz was, if Auburn wants him, they can get him. If there's a team that's pushing, it's Florida State. And that's probably Auburn's biggest competition.
That's right.
After the Iron Bowl, though, his comments, I don't know if anybody else was around. He was talking. Were you there, Cole, for him? He was like, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and we're going to do this, and we're coming for you.
I was interviewing someone else while he was talking, but
I was like, well, just go ahead and do it, dude. Like, get it over with.
And
then the next day, it was almost like, oh, he hasn't committed yet? I was like, no, not at least publicly, no. Well, keep an eye on December 7th-ish. So we think so. And I think he's been tweeting like some hourglass stuff, TikTok kind of stuff, tic-tac, whatever it's called, click-clack. Click-clack. Tuberville, Tube State.
Hey, you know what? You make fun of that commercial. When I was growing up, man, that was the coolest commercial.
Was it?
Yes. I know he's a little bit goofy in it. I got that. But that commercial was awesome. Okay.
Click, clack.
Tommy, just go get you Ford truck and cruise on, man. Come on now.
AU Tigers 1. Do you think KJ will be back on campus before National Signing Day? Does anybody want to opine on this?
I don't have any information. Let me say this very clearly. I do not have any information to say yes. What I will say is my gut says, he'll be back on campus before National Signing Day. That is just my gut instinct of how this recruitment has gone.
I think I worded it as it's probably or possibly, or I left some wiggle room in there, but I think let me put it this way. Some of the people that I talked to expect him to come back. at some point before. And it might be, hey, listen, he wrote up for an afternoon Monday. He can be here in 2.5 hours, 2 hours, whatever. So I wouldn't be surprised at all. I'd probably be more surprised if he didn't. So, but I'm like you, no data set that I'm aware of.
Right.
But I think there might be some mild expectations there. The Bruce is good. Robert the Bruce. Why do you think Hugh Freeze wanted to use his in-home? This is a good question here. Something I've asked myself. Why do you think Hugh Freeze wanted to use his in-home with KJ before his OV to FSU and not after? I've got a good theory here.
I do too, but you go ahead, Jeffrey, and then I'll.
My thing was he built so much momentum from the Monday visit, man. He wanted to capitalize on that, dude. Hey, here I am. I almost think, man, is he trying to lock him down and just cancel those visits, just be done with it? So that's the best I could come up with, is that he wanted to, continue that momentum that he had built on Monday.
So I think what people forget is, yes, in-home visits are crucial. You've got to hit home runs when you go in home with a 5-star like KJ Bolden. But I'm with you, and Nicole, let's get your thoughts here. But yes, momentum. They got some off of that visit. He wanted to continue that. Now, look, they can send the entire staff to go see KJ and FaceTime Hugh in. It's not like this is going to be the last word he's going to get. It'll just be the last time he sees him face to face, unless KJ comes back to campus. And maybe, just maybe, that's what that was about, is solidifying getting KJ back on campus one more time.
I don't really have a good theory on that. I mean, I've thought about it too. I don't know. I don't know. I think that it was interesting. I have thought about it, but I don't put too much stock into that. I think at the end of the day, when you get this close, although 12 and a half days or whatever is an eternity in recruiting, I mean, these guys pretty much have a clue about where they want to go. I think that's the way I think about it.
I agree. And they also have to be strategic about how they're arranging Hugh's calendar at this time of the year as well.
Yeah,
because he's only got so many hours in a day. And you got to think he's got to go by and see Perry do his in-home, Cam and do his in-home, Joe Phillips.
Here's the deal. He wanted to know why not after the FSU visit. Here's why. The FSU visit is December the 15th through the 17th. So KJ's going to come home on that Sunday.
Right.
The dead period starts at midnight. So if I'm FSU, I'm keeping him there until it's bedtime. I'm sending him home at 10 o'clock at night. And if Hugh Freeze wants to come for 30 minutes, but he's got to be gone at midnight. That dead period starts that night. So there's not much time to get an in-home visit with KJ.
The timing of it's an official visit, correct, for KJ Bolden to FSU? Yes. Well, the timing of that says everything. Right? They knew, even though they got him committed, it was far from over. They had to make sure they had something in their back pocket. Right? And Auburn and Georgia were the ones they knew we're gonna be back in this position when it comes close to signing day.
Agreed.
See, Eli Double-Lot. Is Auburn willing to only take Carter and Wilfred as an offensive line class, or are there other names that will come forward?
I assume he means high school JUCO. Yeah,
DeAndre Carter and Seth Wilford, high school JUCO. I think that's what he's asking. And
I don't think you're going to hear any out of the blue names at this point. Not on the offensive line. I don't expect that.
No, look, you've got Rustin Young, who's a name that we probably need to continue to discuss here because he's a definite option. You've got Cohen Eccles, even though I don't feel great about that one. And then obviously we've got our latest situation going on there in Atlanta. And for those that don't know, that young man is set to visit the University of Alabama here relatively soon. So I don't know where we stand. How do you guys feel on that one right now?
I do, Eli. I think Auburn would be Auburn's. You got to think, man, they signed a big offensive line class last year.
Yep.
Last year. And they're going to sign another big class next year. And
I don't think achieving layered depth, like we've talked about, layered depth being you've got a comfortable amount of guys in your freshman class, sophomore class, junior class. I don't see that happening with the offensive line for a long time. I don't, because you got to have immediate impact players there. And you don't have time you don't have the investment to make in guys that are going to be good in 2 to 3 years as much as you do impact guys. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Oh, Kyle Ellis is 2026.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Kale.
Okay, that's what I said.
Okay.
Kale Ellis.
Yeah,
That's right.
Kyle Ellis, he's 2026.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. You know, I just don't know if when it comes to your NIL and when you're trying to put your resources into this, is it more important right now for you to get a guy that's a developmental guy like Favor Edwin, who's it's going to take a year or two to get him rolling, or go get another 4 out of the portal?
Okay. And so let's look at it like this too. You haven't lost anybody to the portal yet, right? From the offensive line.
True. Right.
You're losing 4 guys. If you land Seth Wilford and DeAndre Carter, that's 2 spots. If you allocate another 2 to transfer guys, you've made your numbers back and you're back at 15. Maybe you even invest a 3rd portal number there. So on a guy that's maybe a little bit younger, you know, a developmental piece, if you will. So I think there's some options there. And I'm with you, Cole. I think they would love to get that young man, but it obviously there's something going on there that I'm not exactly sure what the hesitation was on his part from going ahead and making a public commitment to Auburn.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Alabama lurking. Maybe it's something else. I don't truly know, but I don't feel great about that situation anymore. And I may feel good about it again. Again, things change, but right now I don't feel good.
In a perfect world, you close the deal on Favor Edwin, and then you've got enough funds and resources to go and get what you need in the portal.
Right.
But it's not a perfect world. Okay. And that's what I think a lot of people that we see on the corner and you know, you're wanting to go after this guy and this guy. I get it. There's a lot of big names in the portal that you wish Auburn would pursue. And I'm just going to tell you, it may not be the best investment at this point in time. Because I was talking to a buddy who, you know, follows everything that we do, and he's all into recruiting, and he's going, honestly, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good was Auburn's roster when Hugh Freeze took over the program? 1 being Vandy. I said, that's probably it. 1. They're at a 1.
Yeah.
They're with Vandy right now. Maybe below. Because you only had 40 scholarship players. So I don't care about the portal. I don't care about high school. At the end of the day, no matter how different things are, it's going to take a minute.
Say what you want about Jake Thornton's high school recruiting this year, really. But dude, he didn't hardly miss on those evals for transfers last year, did he?
No,
he did not one of them, not a one. Because even though Connor Lew got significant snaps this year, if Avery Jones doesn't get injured, I don't think he gets those snaps, being honest.
Right. So I've got it at 2 to 3 transfers. I got 2 to 3 high school JUCOs. And that's very Eli, DeAndre Carter, Seth Wilfred, and then 2 transfers to replace the 4 who left.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong.
I think so too. And then you have the opportunity, like you said, where you've already laid the groundwork, and Cole and I both feel good, and I think Jeffrey does as well, about the 2025 OL class.
Yeah.
And how much deeper it is within the South footprint as well. I think you can take a big offensive line class of at least 5 high school kids, and you're right back where you need to be.
Before we move on real quick, I don't – my job is not to spin things. And I do not want to come across that way. If Auburn loses Favor Edwin, it's a loss.
It's a big loss.
It's a big one. It hurts. But I'm just trying to explain to you, in a perfect world, there's just other priorities you might need to look at here when you're trying to decide how hard you need to go after this guy.
And listen, Auburn knew this guy's a developmental guy. They still want him. Absolutely, don't get me wrong. But Cole, we've worked on this. All 3 of us have. If somebody's ready to commit and they don't, and they don't, and they don't, and they don't, red flags up above shit waving. And then this is exactly why. All right, AU full time, sticking with the offensive line theme. If keep missing on the OTs, do you think we maybe take a look back, circle back to Jaquan McCrae? And Cole says no, and we also 3 said no. No, he's just not happening, big dog. I think the most likely to.
If he's lower on the Auburn board like we think he might be, there's no reason to go there.
You're not there yet. If there was no such thing as a transfer portal, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm. But there is. Brayson. Oh, damn. Who do we have a better chance of landing? LJ McCrae or Ryan Williams? This is a good question.
Oof.
This is a good question. I'll tell you why. I just told you earlier what my percentages are. Ryan Williams was at 50. And I said this on the Josh Newberg show. If somebody put a gun to my head and said, make a pick, I would pick Alabama for Ryan Williams. So it's truly not 50. It's probably 51, 52 Alabama. I've got LJ McCrae at 45, and it's quite possibly I'll have him higher than that by Monday night, by Sunday night show, depending on how the visit goes. But I'm curious to know, before I answer, Jhead, what do you think?
I'm going to say Ryan Williams, and this is why. Because I know Alabama is the other player involved in that recruitment.
Do you think Auburn has a better chance of landing Ryan Williams? Would you put them in the same boat?
I put them in the same boat. I put them
they're swaying Auburn. They're swaying not Auburn. It's 50-50, right?
I got it 50-50 on both, but I feel more comfortable knowing Alabama's the other team Auburn has to beat. In the LJ McCrae recruitment, do I have to beat Florida State? Do I have to beat Florida? Who is it do I have to beat? So right. There's more unknown in LJ's recruitment to me than there is in Ryan's recruitment.
Yep.
I would say, shit, man, I'm serious. I really don't know. I guess I would say LJ, because I feel like Auburn's building some momentum, and I really, 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 really believe that this dude was very close to committing to Auburn before.
I agree. I mean, listen, and I know what an emphasis that Jeremy Garrett has put on LJ McCrae. I mean, has recruited this kid extremely hard. And for those that, I mean, look, just Jeremy Garrett's laying some groundwork here, guys.
He really is.
He's
really good.
He is. He is a very good recruiter. And I know there was some bristling about his recruiting early on when he first got here. Guys have to have time to lay the groundwork, man. They got to have time to lay the tracks, and just get out of Jeremy Garrett's way and watch him work, because he's doing a good job there.
I agree. Go.
Yeah, as the time that we are recording this, I say LJ McCrae. Again, like we said before, you don't know. Yeah. So I say, as of the time we're recording this, I would go with LJ.
Okay.
Let's see. The Pearly Gates. I remember last spring, Cole did a big write-up interview on Mobile Christian 2025 offensive lineman Bo Cagle, who just won a state title today. Does Auburn have any interest in Bo Cagle, Cole? No?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Fair enough. Good question to open.
Yeah, a couple other guys in Mobile they got interest in, but not that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's right.
All right, let's see. L.A. Whip. Low Whip. Not La Whip. I think that's feminine Spanish. I mean, right? L is masculine. L is masculine.
La is feminine. Yeah,
feminine, yeah.
Right. Unless he's
feminine Whip. Sorry, big dog. I know that's not what you mean.
I bet he's from Los Angeles.
Or Louisiana.
Louisiana, I like it.
Or Lower Alabama.
There you go. Maybe he's
other than Cam Coleman, are there any other players in this class who are day one starters? One starters, not contributors. Because I would, are we talking commitments right now? He said he didn't say other players. So let's include the KJ Boldens, the LJ McCraes.
Okay. KJ could start. Of that group, KJ Bolden could start day one as a freshman. I don't think LJ is going to start day one unless they move Keldrick Falk to 3-tech.
How about Laquan Robinson?
Yes. Day one starter for sure.
Yeah.
And then
nobody on offense. Perry Thompson possibly.
Yeah.
Depends.
I'm trying to think. Anybody on the offense is going to be a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Perry Thompson and Cam Coleman are so physically advanced that I just don't see a way that. I mean, they have to learn everything, and that's part of it. That's a big learning curve. But physically, I mean, there ain't nobody more ready to play. Jamonte Waller won't be a starter. He'll be a key backup, though. I mean, a key one.
I give the edge to Cam in that battle just because he's getting there in the spring. Perry's not getting there till the summer. And I don't know what we're going to get in the transfer portal. But I think one of those two could absolutely be a day one starter.
One of the two, sure. Burnt Orange 5'6". Jalewis Solomon back in play. Unless you know something I don't, he is not.
It was reported elsewhere that he may be taking an official visit to Auburn. We'll see. And that's not my intel. I don't have that information.
That would be news to me. I will say this. It seems like, first of all, it's funny when you look at the portal and you look at these big time guys that are hitting the portal or some of the really solid players. It's like the same schools that are offering them over and over and over. And South Carolina and Auburn are two of them.
Yeah.
All right. If that's the case, if South Carolina is looking to take a bunch of DBs or whatever the case may be from the portal, maybe Jalewis Solomon looks around again. And if he looks around, he's looking at Auburn, I think.
Great to be AU Tiger. What happened with Favor and Beeman? Nothing happened with Favor yet. Beeman's locked in with Alabama. Favor is Alabama's making a huge push for him. He's set to visit, I believe, Alabama this weekend and Clemson the next weekend, but I don't think that Clemson visit will happen. I think Auburn is very concerned about Alabama. And, there's a reason he hasn't committed. He's had 5 to 6 weeks to commit to Auburn if he was going to commit to Auburn. Something has kept him from doing so. And people we've talked to even today, Thursday, thought Alabama was a problem. So there you go. CJ Truth, what do you guys think the staff board is for the 25 OTs?
Listen, you don't have to stray far from whoever's at the top of the rankings.
No, Micah DeBose is going to be number one, in my honest opinion, though he could also play inside. You've also got Braden Jacobs.
Oh, yeah, Braden Jacobs.
That's going to be high on the board. You've got – who's the other young man that's down in Mobile, Cole?
Carday Smith.
Yes.
No, man. What about the Georgia commit?
Yeah, Micah DeBose.
I said Micah DeBose.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading shit.
Josh Petty's a guy that visited a while back. They loved him. Juan Gaston's another one that they love. I haven't seen him around lately, but I know they love him.
Yes.
Tavares Dice is a guy that they love.
Yeah. So I think you think he's going to slide inside?
He could. He's pretty tall. I don't know how much that matters. Again, I think that this staff really does a great job with personnel, and they can move guys around based on what they're going to do on offense. And that's why Dylan Wade worked as a left tackle in the offense last season. Now, they move inside, they can rework things to where it plays to his strengths a little bit. I mean, this is how they kind of work. I think that Tavares Dice is built kind of similarly to Dylan Wade, a little taller, but versatile. I think he's versatile. I mean, they love the versatile guy.
Yeah, it lets you get your best 5 on the field, right? And that's the goal of any offensive line coach right now.
Right.
Let's see. What about those portal DBs? Mr. War Eagle wants to know, do you like our chances with any DBs in the portal?
Yes.
Okay.
Ethan Robinson from Bucknell.
Okay.
I do. I like Auburn's chances with him right now.
Okay. He has 2 years to play.
Yep.
2 years to play. Ethan Robinson. I'm trying to think. Some of the other offers right now. Jermon McCoy and Akili Arnold, both from Oregon State, and Will Lee from Kansas State.
Yeah, I don't know about those. Now, you do have another new offer as of today from Rhode Island. Can't think of his name. Saeed is his name.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Saeed Gibbs. There it is.
Let's see. J-No wants to know, how many transfers do you think we'll get for these positions? Wide receiver, DB, D-line, tight end. It's a good question. I put it on the target board today. And y'all tell me if you disagree or agree. I was just using numbers to go with numbers. What was the first DBs? I got 2 to 3.
I'm going to go 2-2-1. I honestly think you're going to get 2 wide receivers, 2 defensive backs, 2 defensive linemen, and 1 tight end. I would say 2 to 3 on all those. Jeffrey, I'm with you. My gut says we'll land with 2. We'll go on the minimum and not the max.
Okay.
If you go above 2, it's going to be receiver or D line.
Yeah.
I got too many tabs open. And 1 tight end. Did you say 2-2-2-1? Is that what you said?
Yeah, 2-2-2-1. That's what I think we're going to end up with.
All right. Hey, let's get some how about yous before we close this bad boy. You got some how about yous this week?
I do. Cole, you want to go first?
Yeah, I got them bookmarked here. Let me see how to get to my bookmarks. Okay. I've got War Dan Eagle.
Oh. The 29-year-old with the 79-year-old voice.
Yes, and he made a post in a very what I would call distasteful thread. But gosh, he got me. He just got me, so I got to go with that. Coochie Rabbit.
Oh, Coochie.
Yeah, he's been great, man. He really has. Let's see. Why did I bookmark this guy? Okay. Toon. Toon.
What if that's the ghost of Poon? Remember Poon from the bunker?
Yes.
Oh, Poon.
That's funny. And then my last one, Ski Tiger.
Oh, Ski. Okay.
Tiger.
Ski Tiger. All right.
All right. For me, it's Knight Rider is number 1. And number 2 is going to be Toko's Finest.
Okay. Jake Thornton.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see here. Recently deleted. Which one? All right. Here we go. How about you, the War 77 Eagle? How about you, the Horse? What do you call it when you muddy the sheetrock? Cock.
Yeah.
Horse cock 69. Yeah. He's a sheetrocker. Yeah, horse cock.
There you go.
Yeah. How about you to Tecmo 34? How about you to Tecmo 34? How about you to Jay Lee's pink head?
Hey, make sure you get the one with the apostrophe on the S because there's 2 of them.
Oh, really? This is an apostrophe S.
That's him. That's him.
Okay.
We got a copycat out there.
Oh, come on, ref. How about you to AU Noel? AU Noel.
I think it's AU Noel.
Yeah, I was thinking Christmas time. I was thinking Christmas time.
A little eggnog.
Let's see. How about you to ED Tiger, whose son killed his first deer? So how about you to ED Tiger Jr.? How about you, big dog? How about you to Big Stick 24, who made the move over to Auburn Live on 3? How about you to Cajun War Eagle 2, who did the same?
Mm-hmm.
Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He had a good one. Auburn Noel, he by God, he wanted a damn how about you?
He sure did.
I got you, big dog. All right, so how about you the War 77 Eagle 77? Muted. The horse. How about Mo 34? J Lee's pink head with the apostrophe AU Noel, ED Tiger, Big Stick 24, Cajun War Eagle 2, War Dan Eagle.
Yes.
War damn, you silly Billy. Stay off my porch. How about you old Coochie Rabbit? How about you to AU? How about you to Toon? How about you to Ski Tiger? How about you to Knight Rider? And how about you to Tacoa's Finest?
There you go.
Can you throw one more in there, Jeffrey? I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Big Boy Foosball.
Okay.
So we're talking about Christopher Paul, the linebacker transfer from Arkansas. Somebody said hard not to like a linebacker that goes by poo. And Big Boy Foosball said, let's just hope he don't play like it. I just thought I'm good for a dad joke here and there, man. I got
all right, hey, don't forget about HelloFresh and your free breakfast. Use the promo code Auburn Live free. And then today's Friday when you're listening to this. We're going to be back Sunday night to talk about a lot of things on the call-in show. We're going to start that at 6:30, and we get to as many calls as we can. We're also going to be doing our 2 shows next week, and we got a lot of stuff going on. Transfer portals on fire, visits coming in-home visits are being made. Again, if you haven't, go check us out at Auburn Live on 3. Get all this information first there. All our subscribers, this is not much of this is news to them. We get to go a little bit more in depth on this show, which is why I love to do it, because we get to. It's a supplement to the website.
Yeah,
supplement to the website. So go give us a try, man. 2 months for $1. AU1 is the promo code for our YouTube listeners and watchers. All right, folks, let's wrap it up there, man. We will hopefully see everybody back Sunday night. And if you do sign up, man, get on the corner and throw us let us know you came on, man. We appreciate that. All right, well, we appreciate everybody listening. We appreciate everybody watching. We truly do, man. We hope to see you back Sunday night. For Jhead, for Cole, for Zach in the back, I'm Jeffrey Lee, man. Y'all stay in that left lane. See you.